Welcome back to another tutorial. My name is Donald and I'll be walking you through on how to create different kinds of twisted ropes in Maya. Just like these ones you see here. This will be relatively a long video as I'm going to show you in details on how to make some of these complex looking ropes here, like the bundle that's here. And also I'm gonna show you how to make some of these simple ones here and these twisted ones. So I'll be using Maya 2022, but the techniques I'm gonna use in this video is the same with previous versions of Maya. So let's get to Maya. So to start doing this kind of ropes, we need to create the profile of how our rope is going to flow. So to do that, let's create a polygon object, helix. This one, if we go to the construction history here, we can expand this, increase this width to, like, let's say 12, and reduce the coils to maybe 1.5. And let's increase the height a little bit to like 3. Let's make it 4. Actually, it doesn't matter. I think the coils is too much. Let's reduce it to 1.2. Okay, this is fine. So what we need now is to extract one of these edges and use it to create the curve that will be our profile for the ropes. So let's go to edge mode and double click to select this edge, and what we need to do is to extract it by going to convert polygon edge to curve. Once we do that, you can see this edge has been created. So what we need to do, we delete this one because we don't need it anymore. So the next thing we need to do is, like, if you look at this here from the top view, you can see it's just a perfect circle, but what we need is an offset so that our rope will look a little bit more natural. So let's offset it a little bit by using latex. We go to deform and we use this latex here. We don't need too much resolution here, so let's reduce that to 2, and then we right click and select that latex curve and select this top part. Let's go to top view here, press R to activate the shape scale mode, and let's scale it in just something like this so that our rope will run like that. So let's maybe a little bit more, something like this. Okay, this is fine. Once you're happy with this, you can select the curve itself and delete history, edit, delete all by type, and history. So we get rid of the latex. And now what we need to do is to flatten this rope. Okay. Now let's create our rope that we are gonna use following this profile. To do that, we need to use this cylinder here. I'm gonna reduce the radius to like 0.3. Okay, and the subdivision here, let's make it 8 so we don't have too much resolution. And for this subdivision height, let's make it something like 49, or let's just make it 50. And for the height here, let's also make it around maybe 48. Something like this will be good. So let's go to top view and duplicate this, and let me see, then duplicate this one again. You see, now we have a lot of space in between the roofs. So one thing I like to do is to reduce this space in the middle here. So to do that, I will push like that, and also push this one in as well. So you can see that that space has reduced. So what we need to do now is, let's combine this. Go to mesh and combine. Okay, now let's reduce it a little bit. I want to make it the whole thickness to be slightly less than 1. Okay, now this one looks good as it is. So what we need to do now is to make it look like a rope, because right now it doesn't look like a rope. So to do that, we need to go to the form, go to non-linear is here, non-linear, and add a twist. So it creates this twist handle here. So we can just begin to twist it. I'm gonna go quite beyond this number to like 2000, maybe let's say 35. You can select it and press 3 so you can see how it's looking. I will make it 4000. I think this one looks good like this. So what we can do next is we select this and delete history, so we can get rid of that handle. Now we need to make this follow the profile that we did. So this is very easy to do. All you need is select your rope and shift select this one. Go to the form and use curve warp. Now we have our rope here. Now we can try to adjust it, because when you look at this one here, our reference here, you can see I have this plastic looking heads on the rope. So let's do that. First of all, I need to add an edge loop here so that I can be able to squeeze this one. So you go to this tool here, is you go to mesh tool, and you can see multi-cut tool here. So I put most of my tools here on the shelf so I can easily select them. So to use it, you just press shift if you want a straight line, but this time I don't want a straight line, so I'm just going to click and drag like so. I think we need to select, be on the object mode, and then we just click and drag like that, and then let me reduce this one a little bit more. Go to vertex, select this one, and make it a little bit longer, and squeeze it a little bit more. Something like this. Okay, let's do the same here. Let's go to the top view. Using the same tool, I am just going to drag to create that. And now select these ones. Maybe like so. And maybe a little bit too much. Let's bring it back a little bit like that. Okay. So now when you press 3, we have this kind of effect. So let's create that head that I showed you. I'm going to delete the bottom faces. Actually, let me reduce make it something like 8 or 10, and reduce the bottom faces. Just delete it. Delete that. We don't need it. So increase it and rotate 90 degrees. Let's bevel this edge. Okay. Okay, so now, okay, this is looking good. Go back to the top view here. We need to reduce this and make it longer. Let's duplicate it, and for this one, rotate it. Let's smooth it and see how it's looking. I think you can adjust it any way you want to. Doesn't really matter. And for this one, rotate it like so and move it. Move it up. Something like this. Let's smooth it. Okay. I think this is looking good. So this I'm just gonna delete. Oops. I need to delete history on this so that I can get rid of this. Actually, let me increase this a little bit. Maybe something like this. Okay. So now we can, let's reposition this. So delete that. So what I'm gonna do now is I will save this one as row 1 and then hide it. Next, let's do maybe this one right here. This, to do that, we're still gonna use the same maybe a different technique to do this one, but we're gonna still use the polygon primitive, this helix here. So let's first of all reduce this to 0.2 and increase the width to like 12, and this, let's make it around 8 and increase the height to like maybe 7 or 6. Let's make it 7.5. Okay, so now once again what we need is one of the edges here. Just double click and go back to modify, extract, and that, so we can delete this one. So what we need to do now is, if you look at this, you can see it's extending. We have this one extending here and that one going inside like that. So let's extend this one. There's a way you can extend this one so that you don't disrupt. Like if you want, you can start dragging this one out, but we're gonna mess up the whole thing, the whole flow. So the way I like to do it is to draw another curve manually. So we go to create curve tool, CV curve tool. I have it here as well. So what I do is I just click, something like that. You can adjust it as you like. Let's move this one up so we can be at the same origin on this line. So now what we need to do is to connect this and this one. So to do that, we now need to go to curve and attach. So what it has done is it has created a new curve for us, and this is the old one. We can delete it, and this one as well, delete. So let's do this one. So for this one, let's again come down here at the origin and we click on this one, and then we something like this, and select both of them, move it up, and then we can attach this one. But before we do this, I think we want to, if you look at this our flow here is a little bit too perfect, but when you look at our reference here, it doesn't look that perfect. So I think we can put some randomness here to distort this perfection, because a bundle of rope is never this perfect. So I think what I'm going to do again is to detach this one that I did here. So I'm going to click on at a point here and go to curve and then click detach. So now we have this one here. So what we need to do is to detach this one only. So to distort this one, we create this latex here, and let's increase it to like 8 and go to, let's do it here in the front view. Maybe we'll select this row, that one, and this one, and we move in like so. Maybe, and this one, let's also move it in, but not as much. The bottom here, let's increase it, and for this stuff, bring it in quite a bit. This one maybe just slightly. Okay, let's see how it's looking. We can delete this. I think the randomness is looking good like this. So for this one now, reduce it a little bit, and we can now attach this one. So go back to curve and choose attach, and that one is attached. We can delete this and delete that one. And this one, let's do the same. Just position that a little bit better. Select 2 of them, and then we can attach. Once again, we can delete the old and this one as well. So we have only one here, that is this and that. So now we need to create our rope to run across along this curve that we created here. To do that, we need to go back to our cylinder. This time we're gonna use a different way. Let's reduce it again to 8, and for the radius, let's make it something like 3, and we only need this top cap here. Okay, let's go to top view. So let's do it like this and like that, and now we can combine it. So let's call this rope start, and I would duplicate this one and hide it because I'm gonna be using it more often. So let me hide this one. Press Ctrl H to hide it. So now that we have this one, let's position it here. Go to the top view here, position it more. Then we need to rotate this one. Okay, so what we need to do is extrude this along this path. But before we do that, let's check out our control points. You see, when you look at here, you can see that it has more points along the curve. But this one that we drew manually, we don't really have enough. Likewise here. So what we need to do is to distribute these points more evenly across. So to do that, you select it, you go to curve, rebuild curve. Let's reset it. So I think I keep everything the same, and what we need to do here is like increase this to maybe, let's say, let's see how 350 looks. Let's check. I think 350 looks a little bit too high. Let's undo it. Okay. Let's use 300. I think this one looks good. So close it. Now, for this to work, you need to select the faces of this geometry here, and then shift select this one, and then press Ctrl E on your keyboard. See, we are having an issue here. See, this little guy here is not extruding. So I think what we can do is let's undo that and reverse this curve. Go to reverse direction, and then let's try that again. Press Ctrl E, and now it works. So it has extruded it from edge, from point to point here. Then we need to add divisions. Let's go to like 500. Okay. And now we can now add the twist. I think 500 is looking good. So this twist here is usually not here, but if you don't see yours, you can right click on that and click and select twist here. So let's twist it. I'm gonna go quite a bit here, so let's do something like 15,000. Maybe 25,000. I'm going to press 3 here to see how it's looking. I think it's looking good. I'll go even higher. Let's make it 30,000. Okay, this is good. So one thing I notice is that some of my curves are penetrating each other here. So to fix that, we need to find that our curve and select it. So what we need to do is to choose, it's too much. Something like this. And then we can delete the history. And maybe what we can do now is duplicate it and center the pivot here, make it smaller, bring it up, rotate it a little bit. Let's position it something like this. Make it even smaller. Okay. And now, if you like, you can delete this one. So we only have one here. Like, you can select it like so, and maybe delete this. But I'm gonna leave it as it is. So it will look like this one is coming out there. So I'm gonna select this, group it, and call it group 3. Okay, let's hide that. Next is let's do probably this one here. This one we can use a different way. Something like this. Maybe. And then let's add some divisions here. Click on this one. Here, let's add 5 there. I'm using here. For this one, we can make it 7. 7 is good. And here as well. And now we add 1 right there. No, I made a mistake. I think what I wanted to do is, first of all, grab these 2 edges here and bevel it. Take it all the way to 1 for this fraction and then increase the segment. Mm, 5. Then we grab these 2 edges here and then we can merge those vertices there. Merge. So now what we can do is we add the edges. Seven, add it here and here, and then we take this one and just do it like that. And again, we extract this one. Before I do that, let me reshape this a little bit. Let's make it 2, and this one make it 3. Yeah, click on that. Something like this. Okay, so we select this, delete, grab our edge, modify, convert, and then we can delete this one. So we have this one right here. Let's bring back our So I think this time I'm gonna reduce this quite a bit. Something like that. And then rotate it 90. Let's see the distribution of our curves here. I think this one looks okay. I think the only thing we might do is to make it looks a little bit too perfect. Roofs don't look that perfect in real life, so just break up that perfection and redistribute distance manually. Okay, I think it's looking okay like this. So let's extrude. Control E again. Once again, we need to reverse our curve. Go to curve and reverse direction and try it again. Control E. Now it's done. This time our extrude is, our object is in reverse, so we can change that. Go to select it and go to let me see, I think it was all the time I have my, yeah, it's here. I have all my tools here, so I forget where they used to be. So now we need to increase our subdivisions. This one, let's go 50, 60. Yeah, we don't want something crazy. And then it's reversed again, so let's again, and now let's twist it. Let's do 500, 2000, 5000. Okay, this looks good. Let's smooth it. All right, looking good. Maybe make it, I think I'm gonna make it something like maybe 6000. Yeah, I think it's looking better like this. Again, delete history. So what we need to do now is we're going to duplicate this one. Okay, let's okay, duplicate again, rotate, maybe push this one out. Another one, duplicate, rotate it, push it up, duplicate again, rotate. Maybe this go maybe something like this. Let's duplicate this one, rotate, like so. Maybe this one like this. Duplicate this one, make it that. Okay, I think I need to close this gap here. Duplicate this one, like that, and duplicate it one more time and bring it just like so. Something like this. You don't want it going too crazy, actually. Let me see, maybe I can get rid of some of them. Maybe that one I can get rid of it. You can tweak it. Maybe for this one, actually bring in latex here and you know, something like that. Delete history to get rid of it. Create another one here. Maybe like so. Delete that. For this one, create another one right there. Bring it out. Maybe twist and maybe something like this. Okay, there is history. Select all, group it, duplicate it, and push it there like so. You can do it anyhow you want it. Maybe rotate it. Maybe like this, and group it again, and let's delete history. This one just is not created here, and now we are going to create the tie here. Okay, now to create this tie, we are gonna still use our helix. So we'll put it here, rotate it 90. Let's increase this one to like 6 and the height to 4. The width, let's make it 3. So let's try to reduce this radius here to see what we're doing. Okay, I think this one looks good. Maybe we need to reduce this width to like 2. No, 3 is, I think 3 is good. We will reduce it later. Now, once again, we need to extract one edge here so we can use it to build our rope tie. So what we need to do is go back to our modify and convert edge to curve. Done. Delete this one. Bring back this one that we made before. Bring it here. Position this one a little bit. Bring it down. We're gonna reduce this quite a bit. Rotate it. Maybe 90. Let's reverse it right now so we have it facing the right direction. I'm not sure about this thickness. Maybe reduce it a little bit more. And then select this one. Control E. We're having the same problem. Can fix it that easily. Curve, reverse direction. Try it again. Control E. Done. Now we need to increase the deviation. Let's go to 100. I think this is good like this. Maybe 250. And let's add the twist. I think here we're gonna go 2000. Nope. 10,000. Okay. Press 3 to see how it looks. I think this is quite too big compared to the one we had here. So I'm just going to undo this. And reduce it quite a bit. Let's try again. $250. Okay. And here 10,000. Yeah, it's looking good like this. Let's even make it 20,000. I think 20,000 is good. But you see, it's too spaced out. So what we need to do is to bring it closer. So we select our curve, not the geometry itself. Use the, oops, too much. I think a better way that we can do this is, so give us more flexibility, is to do this before we let's E 250. Still looking very spaced out, but I think we'll be fine with this one. And let's do this one 20,000. Again, and let's select that, and this, and then bring it closer together. Just something like this. One thing we can do is to fix this one, is move it, okay, like so. Okay, I think this one is maybe a little bit too much. And I think we need to bring it. Okay, you can just adjust it the way you want. So we can continue to twist this one the way you want it, and then I need to adjust this one a little bit more. Make this one slightly shorter so we don't have this thing protruding out here first. Adjust this. We twist this one a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna call this one let's say row 4 and hide it. So the last one in our list is this one right here, which is very simple, easy to do, the same trick, but I'm gonna show you. Is to create cylinder like that. Using the same helix. We make a 3, 8. Increase it to like 8. And this one as well. Let's increase this one quite a bit. Let's say 20. And maybe this one 25. I'll make this one as well 24. Okay. Let's make it 24.5. No, 24.5. Okay, like this is fine. And once again, we need to extract our edge. Sorry, modify, convert. Okay, so we just need to delete that, and now we have this one. So what we need now is to create this the flow. So let's go to top view and use our CV curve tool again and start to create. Maybe something like this. We can move it up to be close to this one. And then we can just attach it. Once again, we delete this one and that one, then we have this new one here. I'm going to like bring this down something like so. Okay. And once again, let's rebuild our curve. You see, we have so much here and very little here. So to do that, rebuild, and let's try 450. Let's try. I think 450 looks just perfect. Close it. Now what we need to do is bring back our this one and run our extrude on it. You can see it's really twisted grooves. They look very intimidating, but when you look at it, they are not that difficult. It's very simple. So what we need to do right now is hopefully we're gonna have the same issue. Okay, this time is fine. Let's go here, 350, 400. I think 600, 650 will be fine. And then let's twist this one to like 25,000. 30,000. It's okay. Okay, I think we are having our. I think need to go even higher to, let's say, 45. Even more. Make it 55. As you can see, the more you twist it, the more you lose volume. So we can fix that by reducing this one and maybe increasing this one as well, so it's intersecting and holding it tight, something like that. Okay, so what we can do now is group this one together and call it group 5, and then let's unhide the other ropes and reposition them. I'm just gonna pause the video, reposition these ones a little bit more and apply some textures to it, and then set up my lights, and then we'll be ready to render it, and I'll be back. So welcome back. So what I've done is I have applied the texture to it. I didn't UV it. I just applied the texture. This is a sag, something like this, to it. There's no UV whatsoever. And then I've also applied the a rough material to make this look like a rotten pipe. And I duplicated this one and created the smaller one here, and adjusted pushed a little bit this here and there, and then I created this background and just did a sky dome light here, and ready to render. So right now I'm gonna shoot a render, and while it's rendering I will pause the video, and once the render is finished, then I will let you see it. Okay, so let's position this a little bit. Okay, before we shoot our render, I think something like this will be fine. Okay, so I'm just going to shoot a render, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so the render has finished, and this is how mine looks like. If you're following along, maybe yours might look the same or similar. I hope this video was useful to you. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment below, and don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, please ask. If you have any requests for any kind of video, please let me know in the comment, and I'll do my best to get the video done. And once again, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.